Hello, my friends, and welcome back to English Journey, the podcast. In this episode, I will teach you 150 real English sentences for everyday shopping situations. You will hear each sentence clearly, one by one. Then I will explain the meaning, and then you will repeat after me. This is perfect for practice, speaking, and shadowing. All the sentences from this episode are available as a PDF file. Let's begin. Part 1. At the supermarket. Where can I find the milk? Where can I find the milk? You're asking where the milk is kept. Now you repeat. Where can I find the milk? Is this on sale? Is this on sale? You want to know if something is cheaper today? Now you repeat. Is this on sale? How much is a kilo of apples? How much is a kilo of apples? You're asking about the price per kilo. Now you repeat. How much is a kilo of apples? Can I pay by card? Can I pay by card? You're asking if you can use your debit or credit card. Now you repeat. Can I pay by card? I will take 2 of these, please. I will take 2 of these, please. You want to buy 2 items. Now you repeat. I will take 2 of these, please. Can I get a receipt, please? Can I get a receipt, please? You use this when you want proof of payment. Now you repeat. Can I get a receipt, please? Do you sell vegetarian options? Do you sell vegetarian options? You're asking about meat-free food. Now you repeat. Do you sell vegetarian options? Excuse me, these eggs are broken. Excuse me, these eggs are broken. You use this when you want to report a problem with eggs. Now you repeat. Excuse me, these eggs are broken. And here is the final one in this part. I'd like a bag, please. I'd like a bag, please. You use this when you need a shopping bag. Now you repeat. I'd like a bag, please. Part 2. Buying clothes. Can I try this on? Can I try this on? You're asking if you can wear the item to check the size. Now you repeat. Can I try this on? Where are the changing rooms? Where are the changing rooms? You want to know where you can try on clothes. Or, where are the fitting rooms? You want to know where you can try on clothes. Now you repeat. Where are the changing rooms? Do you have this in a medium? Do you have this in a medium? You use this when you're asking for a different size. Now you repeat. Do you have this in a medium? It's too big for me. It's too big for me. You use this when the item does not fit well. It's too big. Now you repeat. It's too big for me. I'll take the black one instead. I'll take the black one instead. You use this when you're choosing a different color. Now you repeat. I'll take the black one instead. Is there a discount on this item? Is there a discount on this item? You use this when you're asking if there is a lower price. Now you repeat. Is there a discount on this item? What's your return policy? What's your return policy? You use this when you want to know if you can return the item later. Now you repeat. What's your return policy? Here is the next one. These shoes are too tight. These shoes are too tight. You use this when the shoes feel small or uncomfortable. Now you repeat, these shoes are too tight. I'm just looking, thank you. I'm just looking, thank you. You use this when you are not ready to buy anything yet. You are just looking. You are just browsing. Now you repeat, I'm just looking, thank you. And here's the final one in this part. Do you have anything cheaper? Do you have anything cheaper? You use this when you're asking for a cheaper option, a lower priced option. Now you repeat, do you have anything cheaper? Part 3. At the electronics store. Can you help me with this phone? Can you help me with this phone? You use this when you need help with a phone. You need assistance with a phone. Now you repeat, can you help me with this phone? Does this come with a warranty? Does this come with a warranty? You use this when you're asking if the item includes repair coverage. Now you repeat, does it come with a warranty? How long does the battery last? How long does the battery last? You use this when you're asking about battery life. Now you repeat, how long does the battery last? Is this the latest model? Is this the latest model? You use this when you're asking if the item is the newest version. Now you repeat, is this the latest model? Can I return it if it doesn't work? Can I return it if it doesn't work? You use this when you're asking about returning a faulty item. Now you repeat, can I return it if it doesn't work? I'm looking for a laptop under $500. I'm looking for a laptop under $500. You use this when you are saying your budget for a laptop, the amount of money you have. Now you repeat, I'm looking for a laptop under $500. What's the difference between these two? What's the difference between these two? You use this when you're comparing two products. Now you repeat, what's the difference between these two? I'll take this one, please. I'll take this one, please. You use this when you have made your choice and want an item. Now you repeat, I'll take this one, please. Can I see a demo? Can I see a demo? You use this when you're asking someone to show you how an electronic item works, how a phone works. Now you repeat, can I see a demo? Does it come with a charger? Does it come with a charger? You're asking if the charger is included. Now you repeat, does it come with a charger? Part 4. At the pharmacy. Do you have anything for a headache? Do you have anything for a headache? You use this when you're asking for medicine to treat a headache. Now you repeat, do you have anything for a headache? Is this over the counter? Is this over the counter? You use this when you're asking if you need a prescription. Now you repeat, is this over the counter? If you don't need a prescription, it's over the counter. How often should I take it? How often should I take it? You use this when you're asking how many times a day you should use the medicine. Now you repeat, how often should I take it? Can I speak to the pharmacist? You use this when you want to talk to a medical expert. Now you repeat, can I speak to the pharmacist? Do you sell vitamins? Do you sell vitamins? You use this when you're asking for health supplements, such as vitamins. Now you repeat. Do you sell vitamins? I need something for a sore throat. I need something for a sore throat. You use this when you're asking for help with throat pain. Now you repeat. I need something for a sore throat. Can I get a refill on this prescription? Can I get a refill on this prescription? You use this when you're asking for more of your prescribed medicine. Now you repeat. Can I get a refill on this prescription? Does this have any side effects? Does this have any side effects? You use this when you're asking about possible bad reactions. Now you repeat. Does this have any side effects? Can I buy just one box? You use this when you're asking to buy a small amount. Now you repeat. Can I buy just one box? Part 5. At a market or small shop. Can you give me a better price? You use this when you're asking for a discount, a lower price. Now you repeat. Can you give me a better price? I'll take 3 for £5. You use this when you're offering a price for more than one item. Now you repeat. I'll take 3 for £5. Is this handmade? You use this when you want to know if the item is made by hand. Now repeat this one. Is this handmade? Where is this from? Where is this from? You use this when you want to know about the origin of the product, about where it comes from. Now you repeat. Where is this from? Can I see the other colors? You want to check more color options. Now you repeat. Can I see the other colors? That's too expensive for me. You use this when you're saying the price is too high. Now you repeat. That's too expensive for me. It looks nice, but I'll think about it. It looks nice, but I'll think about it. This means you're not ready to buy yet. You need to think about it. Now you repeat. It looks nice, but I'll think about it. Do you accept cash only? Do you accept cash only? You use this when you want to know about payment options. Now repeat this one. Do you accept cash only? This is exactly what I was looking for. This is exactly what I was looking for. You use this when you find what you exactly wanted. Now you repeat. This is exactly what I was looking for. Can you wrap this for me? You're asking for gift wrapping. Now you repeat. Can you wrap this for me? Part 6. Shopping online. How long does delivery take? You use this when you're asking when your item will arrive. Now repeat this one. How long does delivery take? Do you offer free shipping? You're asking if the item will be sent to you free of charge. Now you repeat. Do you offer free shipping? Can I track my order? Can I track my order? You use this when you're asking to follow your package online. Now you repeat. Can I track my order? I haven't received my order yet. You use this when you are reporting a delivery problem. Now you repeat. I haven't received my order yet. Can I return this if it doesn't fit? You use this when you're asking about returning items. Now you repeat. Can I return this if it doesn't fit? What's your return policy? You use this when you want to know the rules for sending items back. Now you repeat. What's your return policy? Do you have this in a knot? Her color? Do you have this in another color? You're asking about color choices, what options you have. Now, repeat this one. Do you have this in another color? Is my payment secure? Is my payment secure? You're asking if your card details are safe. Now, you repeat. Is my payment secure? Can I change the delivery address? Can I change the delivery address? You use this when you're asking to send the item to a different place. Now, you repeat. Can I change the delivery address? I'd like to cancel my order. I'd like to cancel my order. You use this when you want to ask to stop the order to cancel the order. Now, you repeat. I would like to cancel my order. Part 7. At a cafe or coffee shop. Can I see the menu, please? Can I see the menu, please? You use this when you're asking to look at the list of food and drinks. Now, you repeat. Can I see the menu, please? What do you recommend? What do you recommend? You use this when you're asking for a food or drink suggestion. Now, you repeat. What do you recommend? I'll have a coffee, please. I'll have a coffee, please. You use this when you want to order a cup of coffee. Now, you repeat. I'll have a coffee, please. Can I get that to go? Can I get that to go? You use this when you're asking to take your drink or food with you. Now, you repeat. Can I get that to go? Do you have any non-dairy milk? Do you have any non-dairy milk? You're asking for milk that's not from animals. Now, you repeat. Do you have any non-dairy milk? I'd like it with no sugar. I'd like it with no sugar. You use this when you're asking for your tea or coffee without sugar. Now, repeat this one. I'd like it with no sugar. Is there Wi-Fi here? Is there Wi-Fi here? You're asking if internet is available. Now, you repeat. Is there Wi-Fi here? Can I have a glass of water, please? Can I have a glass of water, please? You use this to politely ask for water. Now, you repeat. Can I have a glass of water, please? Do you take card or cash? Do you take card or cash? You use this when you want to ask how you can pay. Now, you repeat. Do you take card or cash? That's all, thank you. That's all, thank you. You use this when you're saying your order is complete. Now, you repeat. That's all, thank you. Part 8. Buying train tickets. Where can I buy a ticket? Where can I buy a ticket? You use this when you're asking where to buy a train ticket. Now, you repeat. Where can I buy a ticket? How much is a ticket to London? How much is a ticket to London? You're asking about the price for a specific destination. Now, you repeat. How much is a ticket to London? What time is the next train? What time is the next train? You use this when you're asking when the next train leaves. Now, you repeat. What time is the next train? Is this a direct train? Is this a direct train? You use this when you're asking if you need to change trains or not. Now, you repeat. Is this a direct train? Does this train stop at Oxford? Does this train stop at Oxford? You use this to know if the train goes to a specific place, such as Oxford. Now, you repeat. Does this train stop at Oxford? Can I book a return ticket? Can I book a return ticket? You use this when you're asking for a round trip, not just one way. Now, you repeat. Can I book a return ticket? Can I pay with card? Can I pay with card? You use this when you're asking about payment options. Now, you repeat. Can I pay with card? Do I need to book in advance? Do I need to book in advance? You use this when you're asking if you must buy your tickets early. Now, you repeat. Do I need to book in advance? Which platform does it leave from? Which platform does it leave from? You use this when you're asking where the train departs, where the train leaves. Now, you repeat. Which platform does it leave from? Can I get a student discount? Can I get a student discount? You use this when you're asking for a lower price if you are a student. Now, you repeat. Can I get a student discount? Do you have this book in stock? Do you have this book in stock? You use this when you're asking if the book is available right now. Now, you repeat. Do you have this book in stock? Where can I find travel books? Where can I find travel books? You're asking about the section with books on travel. Now, you repeat. Where can I find travel books? Is this available in paperback? Is this available in paperback? You're asking if there's a softcover version. Now, you repeat. Is this available in paperback? Do you sell notebooks and pens? Do you sell notebooks and pens? You're asking about stationery items. Now, you repeat. Do you sell notebooks and pens? I'm looking for children's books. I'm looking for children's books. You're asking for a specific type of book, such as children's books. Now, you repeat. I'm looking for children's books. Can I order it if it's not here? Can I order it if it's not here? You're asking to request a book they don't have. Now, you repeat. Can I order it if it's not here? How much is this one? How much is this one? You're asking about the price of a book. Now, you repeat. How much is this one? Part 10. At the post office. I'd like to send this letter. I'd like to send this letter. You're telling the clerk you want to post a letter. Now, you repeat. I'd like to send this letter. How much is it to send this to France? How much is it to send this to France? You're asking about the cost of posting something to France. Now, you repeat. How much is it to send this to France? Do you have any stamps? Do you have any stamps? You use this when you're asking if they sell stamps. Now, you repeat. Do you have any stamps? I need a large envelope. I need a large envelope. You're asking to buy a bigger envelope. Now, you repeat. I need a large envelope. Can I send this by express delivery? Can I send this by express delivery? You're asking for fast shipping. Now, you repeat. Can I send this by express delivery? When will it arrive? When will it arrive? You're asking about delivery time. Now, you repeat. When will it arrive? Do I need to fill out a customs form? Do I need to fill out a customs form? You're asking if a special form is needed for international mail. Now, you repeat. Do I need to fill out a customs form? Can I track this package? Can I track this package? You're asking if you can follow the delivery online. Now, you repeat. Can I track this package? Can I insure this item? Can I insure this item? You're asking to protect the package in case it's lost or damaged. Now, you repeat. Can I insure this item? Part 12. Buying shoes. I'm looking for a pair of walking shoes. I'm looking for a pair of walking shoes. You're telling the shop assistant what kind of shoes you want. Now, you repeat. I'm looking for a pair of walking shoes. Do you have this in size 42? Do you have this in size 42? You're asking if they have your size. Now, you repeat. Do you have this in size 42? Can I try these on? Can I try these on? You use this when you want to see if the shoes fit. Now, you repeat. Can I try these on? Do they come in black? Do they come in black? You're asking if the shoes are available in another color. Now, you repeat. Do they come in black? These are too tight. These are too tight. You're saying the shoes are not comfortable. Now, you repeat. These are too tight. Do you have a bigger size? Do you have a bigger size? You're asking for one size up. Okay, one size up. Now, you repeat. Do you have a bigger size? They feel comfortable. They feel comfortable. You're saying the shoes fit well? Now, you repeat. They feel comfortable. Part 13. Buying perfume or fragrance. I'm looking for a new perfume. I'm looking for a new perfume. You're telling the assistant you want to try something new. Now, you repeat. I'm looking for a new perfume. Can I try this one? Can I try this one? You're asking to test a specific perfume. Now, you repeat. Can I try this one? You're asking if you can try before buying. Now, you repeat. Do you have any testers? I'm looking for something light and fresh. I'm looking for something light and fresh. You're describing the kind of scent you want. Now, you repeat. I'm looking for something light and fresh. Is this for men or women? Is this for men or women? You're asking about the target customer. Now, you repeat. Is this for men or women? What are the main notes in this perfume? What are the main notes in this perfume? You're asking about the key smells or ingredients. Now, you repeat. What are the main notes in this perfume? How long does it last? How long does it last? You're asking how many hours the scent stays on the skin. Now, you repeat. How long does it last? Okay, well done. You've just learned over 150 shopping sentences. You now have the language to feel confident buying clothes, sending packages, shopping online, and much more, all in English. If you want the PDF, just write PDF in the comments and I'll send it to you. Thanks for learning with me. And until next time, keep learning, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. I'm Mark, and this is English Journey the podcast. Bye for now.